Okay, hi everyone, welcome back, and in this update we are going to check out XLM's price chart. And the last time that we talked about the solar lumen, we were all the way down here, and I was saying, look, if we are bullish and the low is already in, okay, we need to go up in a very strong manner, because the next wave on the upside, according to the bullish count, is going to be into a wave 3, which, by the way, one very important characteristic of it is being quite a strong and sharp move on the upside. So what happened? We did go up, but now I'm going to change some bits. Sure, I still believe this is an A, B, C zigzag. Now I'm gonna say probably to about this point, but I do not believe this is the end of our wave 2. No, I'm gonna argue from this high, we are having probably an A, B, C running flat, given the fact that this move down is quite strong. And for example, let's actually go on 1 minute time frame, and I'm not usually going on such lower time frames in my own time. Okay, this is just for the sake of educational purposes. Where is it? Okay, let's zoom in more and see, can we identify a 5 wave down or not? The answer is, I think, absolutely yes. So here is 1 2 3 4 5 wave down into 1 correction for wave 2, and then 1 2 3, probably some sort of a running flat in this region between these candlesticks into wave 4, and another move down into wave 5 to about this point, which on a higher degree is going to be into a wave 3 correction for another move down into wave 5. So bottom line is, I think this is a running flat to about this point. Now in XLM, the situation is kind of like Ethereum Classic. Why? Because I am actually able to find a bullish count in here and say, maybe this is 1, this is 2, 1 2 3 4 5 into wave 3 correction for 4, another move up into wave 5 to about this point, followed by, I would say, potentially an A B C D E, a triangular structure, something like this. This is A B C D E to about this point, and another 5 wave on the upside. And well, on a higher degree, maybe these are the sub waves for an impulsive structure, excuse me, something like this. Now, is this enough for us to be optimistic? And does this mean right around the current area is a huge buy opportunity? Well, if you want to risk it, yeah, it can be. But from my point of view, I have better charts out there. I think at the moment, from a trader's perspective, gold and DXY chart look much better for trading. So that's why for now, I'm not going to touch XLM. And I do have kind of a slight problem in here. You see, what is happening in this move on the upside? Let's count the waves one by one so you see what is the problem. This is 1 2 3 4 5, followed by an ABC up, and then probably another impulse on the downside to about this point. And this, I think, is actually a WXY this time, potentially in form of a double zigzag. Where's it? It was this one. There we go. And this might be yet another 1 2 3 4 5. So essentially, on a higher degree, we may have a 1 2 3 4 5 wave down, which is not a good sign. Why? Because let's say the low in XLM is already in. What are we going to have after a 1 2 3 4 5 wave up? You know it, a correction structure down. But this seems to be, or at least might be, a 5 wave down. That's why I think we need to be a bit patient and not jump into any unnecessary bullish conclusion. And from my point of view, this is not a buy opportunity. Having said that, I do believe in the short term we're going to go up. Why? Because after any kind of a strong move down, we usually are going to have a pullback. So in the short term, I'm going to argue odds are you are going to see something like this. But the move up itself, that hopefully we are going to get soon, it's not really that important. What really matters is the shape of this move. Why? Because if we get a 1 2 3 4 5 wave up, a very strong move without a lot of overlapping of the waves, that can actually be a very optimistic sign. And at that point, I think I am able to find a double zigzag in this area as opposed to a 5 wave down. On the other hand, if I identify just a simple 3-wave movement, and for example we get a rejection from these areas, which I do believe it's going to be somewhere between the 61.8% to about the 78% level of the Fibonacci retracement, and then we get like a very strong move down in order to especially take this low. Okay, that's not going to be an optimistic sign, and it's going to suggest, you know what, maybe the final low in XLM all the way down here about 27.5 cents is not in yet, and we are going to have some more downward price action in the short term. And do not get me wrong, having something like that doesn't mean that we should be 100% bearish. No, overall in XLM, in my opinion, as long as we are not taking this low down here about 25 cents, we are allowed to be optimistic. So in an ideal scenario, who knows, maybe we are going to have a move down and in it we may take this low, but from here you may see a very strong bounce back, a 1 2 3 4 5, in order to continue our uptrend. That can happen, but for now let's not talk about those scenarios. Let's focus on the short-term price action and see what the shape of our move up is going to look like, because that is, in my opinion, kind of the key. And I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in XLM's chart. And until the next update, I hope you have a wonderful time. Goodbye.